Hi, Kerry here, host of Best of Us in Retirement. This channel's all about helping each other through the best half of our life, or at least making an attempt to make it a best half of our life. We did our first live stream last week, and it was a real good experience in that I learned more about what you're interested in, and what I find is you're interested in making your life better in the second half, and you're interested in building a community where you can work together to make it a better life. And in that video, or in that conference, Judy, who is a member of my tribe also in my Best of Us Investors channel, came up with a comment that her husband, David, had written a book, and he's had some difficulty selling it and making it profitable. And it's about Jimmy Hoffa. And I said, well, Judy, why don't you send me a copy of it and let me take a look at it and see if I can come up with some suggestions. And I got it, and it's extremely well done. It's extremely well written. I've read a bit of it. It's well written. And what I realized is he's done a lot of research. He's even got color pictures in it. And it tells the story of the gap. It's a time frame that the police can't really address what happened to Jimmy in that time frame. And it's probably when he got killed and disposed of. So it's an interesting book. My point was, though, she mentioned that. I got a hold of it, and I'm in the midst of expanding on my YouTube channel and creating a course in real estate, helping give you guidance as to what is a good house to buy and fix up and turn into rental property. How do you evaluate the property? How do you create a relationship with a real estate agent? How do you create a relationship with a bank? And then how do you create a relationship with a property manager so that all you have to do is sit back and collect the rents and not have a lot of problems associated with it? I think that's what holds a lot of people back. Well, in order to make that happen and to get that course, I had to go find a platform by which I could build what is called a sales funnel. And that is that I can write a blog, put it on my website, search engine optimize it, based on real estate rental property, so that it appears on the top of Google search, and then someone comes and reads the article, and I say, and if you would like a white paper that I have written about it, just give me your email address and your name, and I'll send you that white paper free. At that point, I have their email address. Now what I can do is market the course to them, okay? And that's how, in this day and age, you can market products to massive audiences. All you'd have to do is basically go to Google and type in Jimmy Hoffa, and see how many searches there are. And you're going to find there's thousands, if not millions. So there's an audience for this. You just have to put your product in front of them. And that's what I will do with my real estate course. So my thought was then, I have other books that I have written, and I thought, well, once I learn how to do this, how to build that sales funnel, I'll do it for my book about who are you and why are you you, and my book about real estate, and my book about finding your exploring the first 14 years and finding the most important days in your life. And so I said, okay, if I can do that and learn how to use that software, then maybe I can get with David and help him market his book. Okay? So none of this would have happened. None of this mental process would have happened if Judy hadn't, in that meeting last, I believe it was Thursday, that Nita and I held on our Discord of Best of Us in Retirement. None of this would have happened if she hadn't said, David wrote this book about Jimmy Hoffa is missing the gap. None of this would have happened. So that strikes with me, that's the power of a tribe. That's the power of people with different backgrounds, different interests, but a common desire to make their life better and willing to help each other do it. That's how we can work together to achieve our goals. Now, what I know is within this audience of probably somewhere, well, there's what is it, 69 million baby boomers. Those are people who were born in what is called the baby boomer generation. There's 69 million of us out there. If we could put all of our talents and skills together, we could be much more successful and much happier than living and working on our lives alone. That's what I want to build within Best of Us in Retirement. A community that can make a statement, hey, my husband wrote a book about Jimmy Hoffa. Well, Judy, why don't you send me a copy of it, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll see what maybe I can help David do with it. That's what this is about. And what I know is in this community, there are some of you that can help me market my courses, help me do some graphic design. That's where I found Jack. Jack does my thumbnails over on my Best of Us Investors. He lives in the Netherlands. Yes, he lives in the Netherlands. I've never met him other than on a Zoom call. But I gave him work. I gave him a new opportunity to pursue a different career set in his life. And that's what I want to do on this channel, is create this community. And in the description, you can find a link to go enter our Discord. There's no cost to it. And what I invite you to do is come with an open mind and come with what is your passion? What is it you want to achieve in this, the second half, and possibly the best half of your life? And what can I do to help you achieve it? I can't do anything by myself, but collectively, and that's the beauty of this digital revolution. There is no way I could have done this 20 years ago. No way. But today, there is. There's a way for me to reach out to you and say, how can I help you? And oh, by the way, how can you help me? That's a tribe. When I was a young kid, we played cowboys and Indians, had pistols. Can you imagine that today? Little kids running around with cap guns? And I always wanted to be an Indian because from my understanding, the Indians worked together. They were a community that just lived off the land, and you had hunters, and you had gatherers, and you had a chief, and you had different teepees, and it was a community. That's what I want this to be. If you'd like to be a part of it, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to like the video, and then you need to ring the bell. Actually, you need to do a couple more things. Subscribe, and then come to, you'll find the link in the bottom, in the description. Come join our Discord. Come join our tribe.